Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 12th. This week, we are going to take a look at your, I love this card, number one. We're going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. We're going to take a look at any messages from your future self in the second row. And in your last row, we're going to take a look at any advice from your guides. Then at the end, I'm going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, and I will be answering those separately. If you don't have 3 questions, no pressure. I'm removing all the pressure, right? If you only have 1 question, you can ask 1 question. If you don't have a question, I'm going to read the last 3 cards as a personalish reading as well. So, like I said, covering all my bases. But Gemini, this reading is actually pretty nice. This is really, really close to the Aquarius reading. So if you have Aquarius in your chart, again, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising. But if you have Aquarius in your chart, I would definitely watch the Aquarius reading because, again, this is very close to that reading for sure. In your first row here for your current general energies, you have the New Beginnings card. So I do feel that there is some sort of like just general kind of new day dawning for you here, Gemini. Sorry about that, Gemini. I had some battery issues, but anyway, we were here on this new beginning card, so I do feel there is a new beginning coming in for you here, Gemini. Even the Empress can represent kind of like a new day dawning. It's a card of birth, and so it's like you're going through a birthing process here, Gemini. You have the 5 of Wands, the Devil, and the Strength card here. You've been experiencing a lot of conflict for sure, and this conflict has strengthened you in some way. It has like given you tools. I feel like I said this in your I did a past, present, future reading for you recently. So I think it was in that one where I was talking about, that reading was all about you like developing tools or gathering some abilities that are going to make you more successful in life. And it definitely is through some difficulties that you've been going through. No matter which direction I take this, we go straight across the top. We have the 2 5s and the Magician, literally gaining new tools to use in life. With the Magician going this way, we go 5 Wands, 9 of Wands, like you have persevered, you have stuck with something. And 8 of Pentacles is mastering a craft. So in a lot of ways, I feel that this reading is saying that you're kind of like mastering life over here because of the challenges that you've been going through. I do feel like you're dealing with a difficult person in general. Could be a fire sign for some of you, I feel. So as far as love is concerned, it does look like you're dealing with a difficult person. This person is very stubborn. I get like a very stubborn, I get a very stubborn energy off of this person in general. But let's see where that's going here. Ace of Wands, yeah, you want a new beginning here. Magician, a new beginning for sure. And the 7 of Pentacles, looking for a change in direction. Yeah, for a lot of you, this is just a new beginning. The New Beginnings card, you have the Magician twice. The Magician is the card of new beginnings in the tarot. The Ace of Wands is like the spark, starting something new. 7 of Pentacles, he's looking at these 7 Pentacles that he has grown here, and he's saying like, is it worth it, or should I change direction? So for a lot of you, I feel you are changing direction, moving towards just something new, pretty simple. Again, the air signs have been pretty simple this week for whatever reason. I'm going to double clarify this. Yeah, you have the Page of Cups, definitely looking for new love. I feel like you were dealing with someone toxic in the first place. This person could have been a liar, cheater, stealer. But for the most part, I feel like this person was just difficult. So, you're trying to move past a difficult person, trying to find someone new to love here. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, I mean. Knight of Pentacles is kind of Knight in Shining Armor-ish. It's kind of like the Knight of Cups. And it's funny that I said Knight of Cups. So I do feel like some of you are hoping for like that Knight in Shining Armor energy. Definitely lovers as well, new love coming in for you. In a lot of ways, I feel this is just a new beginning in love. So a lot of you are moving towards new love here. And I feel like you're moving towards someone who like really wants to put the work in as well. If you're a Gemini moon as well, I'm a Gemini moon, but I feel like if you're a Gemini moon, I really feel this is going to resonate with you for whatever reason, this new love thing. It's like you're working very hard towards something new. I'm getting side benefit popping into my head as well here, Gemini. And what I feel that message means is that it's like if you're changing jobs or if you're making a change in your life, I feel like the side benefit that you will receive from that change could be like new love, or it could be anything else as well. This doesn't just have to be love. But I do feel I get this like side benefit thing going on for you here. The King of Pentacles to me, or the Knight of Pentacles, sorry, The Knight of Pentacles is my card of kind of like additional benefits sometimes, where it's like you could be working towards something like a business or a job, and then you meet the love of your life at work. It's kind of like you weren't expecting it, but you know, something showed up here. So definitely, I love it. Next, in your center position here for what any messages from your future self, definitely feel it's time to end a cycle with a person here. You know, as far as if you were dealing with a toxic person, I feel like they told you they were going to change, like all that other stuff, right? But it's like they didn't really try. The Five of Wands to me is a card of learning, but it's kind of like a card of conflict at the same time, right? So for some of you, that's popping into my head. Like you were dealing with a person who's like, oh, I'll change. And I feel like you've been going round and round and round with this person, but they haven't really changed. They haven't done anything to change. It's like they have actually, I feel like they've taken the action. Five of Wands, right? Five of Wands can say, like someone will say, oh, I'm going to go to therapy, or I'm going to go to anger management or something like that. It's like they go, but they don't internalize anything that they learned, right? Five of Swords, there's conflict here. So for a lot of you, that story is definitely popping into my head, that you've just been going around and around and around with a person. And I feel like it's time for this to come to an end. Yeah, it's like you already know this, Gemini. You already see this. So if you're dealing with that situation here with the Observer card, this is something that you already know. I feel like your future self is just saying, you know, trust what you see. Trust the actions that this person is taking. Don't trust their word, obviously. You have the Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Six of Swords. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I feel like you're just moving towards a new beginning here, Gemini. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer shores. I feel like you've learned a lot here in this situation. I feel like you've learned how to be, you know, how to set proper boundaries with the Nine of Wands. And I also feel like you've learned how to kind of grow. I also feel you've learned to, like, what you can lean on. Those are the words that are popping into my head. This guy in the back of the boat here, he represents a guide. And excuse me, Gemini, my allergies are very bad. But anyway, he represents a guide. And so I feel like you have learned how to, you know, who can help you, who can guide you away from negative situations as well. So that's nice. For others, I feel like this is asking you to not give up on something. Let's look and see what it's asking you to not give up on here. The Six of Swords I'm kind of reading as just an improvement, because you have the Eight of Pentacles here. Sometimes Eight of Pentacles is like, I don't know if you've ever, you know, been like super motivated here, where it's like, if you've ever wanted to accomplish something and you just don't give up on it, that's like this energy right here, Nine of Wands and Eight of Pentacles, where it's like there's something that's like frustrating you, but you also want to accomplish it at the same time. You have the King of Cups here. You have the Empress. I love it. Twice. That's really nice. And you have the Nine of Wands. For some of you, this could be a person that you've never given up on. You know, for some of you, I get this like lingering interest is the word that's popping into my head for you here, Gemini. So it's like, I don't think you've ever, you know, if this is love that's coming in for you here, I feel that your future self is saying to me, like, this is not someone you've ever been with. I feel like it's someone that you've been interested in. I would watch the Aquarius reading, because this is very similar. And, you know, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. If you are, then this would make a lot of sense. If you're not, then it doesn't. You might be an Aquarius rising or something along, or an Aquarius moon. And so again, that would make a lot of sense to me. But I do feel there's like someone who is like a lingering interest. It's like you want to give it another shot. I feel like there's still attraction here in this situation, Gemini, with that person if you have a lingering interest. Let's see here. You cannot make this up. You have the Empress again. So the Empress 3 times. That is super powerful. It's like a major glow up energy here. The Strength card as well. You've been very patient. I feel like this person's been very patient as well. You know, this is like the energy of kind of like the high school romance, right? Where there's like been a person that you've always been interested in. I feel if you have that person in your life, this person is still interested in you, or there is interest there. So I would move towards it. For others, this is major abundance. You have the Empress. You're clearly entering into this abundant energy. The Page of Swords really needed to look for it, right? It's like sometimes I think we do need to look for reasons to find abundance. And the reason is so that we can attract more abundance, right? So I feel that this Page of Swords with the Empress showing up 3 times is like saying, you know, things might not appear to be very abundant in your life, but start making excuses, right? In a good way. Start looking for reasons to find abundance or to see things as abundant, right? And you have the Chameleon Spirit here in the advice from your guides. This card says act as if. So there is a major energy of needing to act as if you already have something or you already are something. And it's almost like you need to make pretend with this energy here, Gemini. But you have the Magician. the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles, tons of abundance coming in for you. It's like what you've been waiting for, because the Eight of Pentacles can represent a bunch of work that you've already done and you're finally getting the results. So for a lot of you, it's like your guides are saying you're getting paid for work you've already done. I say this also because the Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. You know, it can represent money coming in the future, but it's almost like you've already worked for this. So for a lot of you, it's like you're starting to see results on something here that is going to make you very successful. I also feel that this is making you very successful at this time. It's like, for some of you, I feel there are a lot of fears that you're going to move backwards here with these 2 5s up here. It's almost like the feeling of, you know, it's like if you have your own business or if you have like a job or something like that, Gemini, you could be fearing like, you know, am I going to be able to keep this going? Am I going to keep this successful and things like that? But you know what I always tell people? Is it's like if you had one successful business, you can make another, right? It's like you've done it once. That's it. That's all you need to do. And I feel that your guides are like saying, it's not like the successful business that's important. It's the skills that you've developed. The skills are what's important. The skills are what's going to allow you to make another business if one fails. So it's almost like you're learning that here. And I feel like that's what your guides are teaching you, is that the abundance is in the knowledge. The abundance for you is in the skills, the things that you know how to do. It's not in the actual physical end product, if that makes sense. You know, if you have a business or a job. Same thing in love as well. It's like saying, you know, it's not the relationship that's important here. It's what you have learned and the tools that you've gathered that are important as well. It's like that's where your strength is coming from, in what you know. That's kind of like what I'm getting from this reading. So let's see where this is going here, Gemini. You have the Seven of Cups here. Definitely, I did get an energy. I meant to say this earlier. I definitely feel like you need to focus on one thing at a time. You could be a little bit scattered at this time, and I do feel that you need to focus. If you're going to focus on multiple things, then I would say you need to get people to help you, because there is definitely an energy here of you. Too many cards that would represent needing to like really make something the object of your attention. Really, really needing to focus on one thing at a time here, Gemini. Yeah, you have the Six of Cups here as well. I feel like you're reminiscing. You have the Tower here. For a lot of you, you're just rebuilding after the Tower moment that you've been through with this person over here. I feel like you're fearing a Tower moment as well. For some of you, if you are dealing with a person who's kind of like that high school romance, someone that you want to be with, but it's like you're fearing whether or not that will work out here, Gemini. So I am seeing this Tower energy as a fear. I also feel like the Tower is saying the harder you squeeze onto something, the more likely it is that you're going to make it pop, right? It's like, you know, if you were to take a cute little puppy or something like that, and you were to squeeze it too hard, you could hurt it, right? And that's the that is so messed up, Gemini. But that's the energy that I'm getting right here. Is it's like it's like saying you have something that is a cute little puppy in your life right now, and this is saying don't squeeze it so tightly that you lose it, right? Don't squeeze it so tightly that it escapes your grasp, basically. So for some of you, I feel like there's a need to kind of relax and let go of the expectations. It's only our expectations that are ever broken in life. You know, one of my favorite people of all time, Kyle Cease. He says that, you know, in relationship, he's referring to relationships when he says this, but it's true for everything in your life. He says when we go through a breakup, it's not our heart that's broken, it's our expectations that are broken. We put expectations on that person. The second you realize that, it's like, you know, breakups become 1,000 times easier, because then you're just like, well, I just expected these things to happen. I was just wrong. So it kind of like makes it a little bit easier. But I get that energy here in this last row of needing to let go of the things needing to work out in a certain way, needing to let go of the expectations. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You have a crap ton of Empress energy here. The Nine of Pentacles is the minor arcana version of the Empress. So definitely a ton of abundance coming in for you here, Gemini. You have the Five of Cups, needing to let go of disappointments. You're definitely fearing a disappointment. You know, again, I don't really do X-back readings, Gemini, but I will say, for those of you who are thinking about an X, if you're not thinking about an X, this is not for you, if I can't make that clear enough, Gemini. And trust me, I support you in that decision and not going back to an X big time. I'm not one of those readers that's like, go back to your X, go back to your X. Trust me, I don't think you should in the first place, right? But what I will say is if you are thinking about a past person, I do feel like this person is thinking about you. There are disappointments on both sides of this situation. I actually feel that if you're thinking about a positive relationship, right? Let me spell that out for you. A positive relationship, Gemini, here, where it was positive but ended for whatever reason, then I do feel like you could have something really nice with this person. You're definitely fearing losing this person forever. You cannot make this stuff up. Tower again. Tower twice. You are definitely fearing whether or not you're going to lose someone forever here, Gemini. I'm too nosy. We got to dig into this double tower situation here for sure. So let's see why. Let's just ask, why is the tower coming up twice in Gemini's reading? Lovers, definitely, like I said, for some of you, you're fearing losing someone forever. Queen of Cups, someone very kind, caring, nurturing, someone very intuitive as well here, Gemini. And the Emperor, probably, look at Empress a million times in the Emperor. This is like ridiculously similar to the Aquarius reading, so would not surprise me if you're dealing with a person who has Aquarius in their chart. It wouldn't surprise me if you're an Aquarius and like a Gemini moon or something like that. That wouldn't surprise me because, again, this to me here is like very similar to that reading, ridiculously similar. I would say even if you're not dealing with an Aquarius, I would watch that reading because this is, this energy is very similar to what, I feel like the readings are very complementary. And what I would say here is it's like you're afraid to lose your divine counterpart, or someone's fearing losing their divine counterpart here. So someone needs to make a move for sure. It's like you're fearing a tower moment. I don't actually think you will have a tower moment here, Gemini. If someone like steps up and makes a move in a situation, someone has to make a choice here. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, like I said, a lot of fears about like being left out in the cold. What's this? Nine of Cups, I would make a wish here in this situation. The Moon here as well. A lot of fears, like I said. Yeah, Six of Swords. I do feel like you need to heal this situation regardless. Again, I feel like letting go of the expectations are going to be the most important. If you're not looking for love, this to me is, again, saying you need to kind of like not hold on to something, the outcome too tightly. It's like maybe you're building a business and maybe you're constantly worrying about the business. I feel like this is kind of like saying don't manifest something that doesn't need to happen, right? The chameleon spirit says act as if. If you act as if you're successful, you'll be successful. But, it works the other direction as well. If you act as if your business is going to fail, if you act as if there are going to be problems, then there will be problems. So it's going to be really important for you this week to really maintain your energy at this time. I really feel like you need to maintain your space. I feel like you need to maintain your a certain level of success as well, especially with the Tower twice here. And especially with this Moon card, I would say it's mostly fears that are getting in the way and that would be causing this Tower moment. So I would just be careful of your fears. But Gemini, we are going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 here, Gemini. So feel free to pause this video. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And I will answer these all together as well. But for question number 1, you have the Knight of Wands. I would say yes. Actually, I feel like you need to go on an adventure or something you're asking about. And I feel like some of you could be building something as well. I would say yes. For question number 2, I would say yes. To me, this is like a yes, no. Depending on what your question is here, Gemini. For some of you, I feel like, basically, regardless of what your question is, I feel like you need to move towards something new. So if you're asking about moving towards something new, then yes. If you're asking about staying where you are, if you're asking about staying in a situation where you feel stuck, trapped, where you're trying to make a decision, I would say no. So again, I feel like this question for you, it definitely depends on the question you're asking, but I feel like you need to move towards something new here. For question number 3, I would say yes, you already know the answer to this question. You already knew that question number 3 was going to be a yes, plain and simple. Putting it all together, you have the Knight of Wands, 2 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. I feel like saying stop delaying, in a lot of ways. It's like you already know that you're going to make a decision, or you already know that a decision is the right decision for you. I feel like you need to make the decision with that Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is clarity beyond all measure. She is very clear on exactly what she wants. So I feel like you are clear on what you want, but you could be, kind of stopping yourself here. Interesting reading, Gemini. Not going to lie. It's going to be interesting to see the direction that this reading is going in. A lot of abundance coming in for you. I just feel like holding on too tightly, squeezing, think about it. Don't squeeze puppies, right? That's what I'm going to say to you here, Gemini, but looks pretty good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising, and Aquarius, regardless, for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. And make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Gemini, and definitely enjoy your week.